Hi everyone, I'm Adida K. Today we are going to discuss a chapter from A06 Spectrum prescribed for 4th sem students under Calcutta University. The title of the poem is No Men Are Foreign by James Cook. It's a beautiful poem which tells us that divisions based on caste, creed, religion, nation, color are baseless since we are similar in our basic needs. What are our basic needs? As you all know, water, air, food, shelter, clothes, etc. are our basic needs. These basic needs are similar all over the world. So the poet is trying to convey the message that the basic needs are similar throughout the world. So men are similar. There is no need of discrimination among us. The poet is conveying or promoting one important theme, that is universal brotherhood. Universal brotherhood is a concept that the whole world belongs to a single family. That means we belong to a single family. For example, if you are in a troublesome situation and some handful of strangers are helping you in that situation, and you will feel great at that time, right? Likewise, when some strangers are also in such a problematic situation, then you must go and help them, as considering that person as one among our family member. So the universal brotherhood means we are loving, we are helping, we are saving the strangers or others as our family members. We are not discriminating them based on our color or religion or nation. So in this poem, the poet is conveying the theme of universal brotherhood. So let's move to the detailed discussion of this poem. I will show you some slides and we can discuss in detail. The title of a poem itself is catchy. No men are foreign. What do you mean by foreign or foreigner? I am going to show you a picture. From that picture, you must identify the foreigners. Can you identify an Indian in this picture? An African lady? An American? A Canadian? You can easily identify, right? Next, I'm going to show you another picture. From that picture also, you must identify the foreigners. Can you identify the foreigners from this picture? It's really hard, right? I hope you understand the essence of these two pictures. For death, there is no Indian or American or Pakistani or Nepali. In front of death, every man are equal. Let's move to the poet. James Cook is a poet, playwright, novelist, and traveler. James started writing haikus and tankas, but went on to writing prolifically in English literature. Do you know what are haikus and tankas? Please go and find out what is haikus and tankas. Let's move to the stanza 1. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. So, in the first line, the poet says that no men are strange and no country is foreign. So, he is attempting to remove the borders from the earth, which have been created by man. Then only no country will be foreign. So we will feel every country as our own land when there will be no borders. Everyone will be free to move around. Can you imagine such a world in which there is no more borders and we can move easily all over around the world without any passport or any visa or any immigration procedures and all? How beautiful our world will be, right? So, then the poet says that beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. Here, uniforms may be military uniforms or any other kind of uniforms. Under all these uniforms, human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way. All breathe in the same way. Then he goes on saying that all men are our brothers, and we all walk upon the same Mother Earth. And upon our death shall lie in the grave in the same earth. After the death, we are going back to our Mother Earth. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starved. Here they refers to those people who belong to other countries. We call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that nature has given all the boundaries to all people, also just like he has given to us. Everyone gets sunlight, air, and water in equal amount, which means that God does not differentiate between people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by nature. Further, he adds that the way we starve during the wars and winter time is same for those belonging to other countries also. Here, winter is a metaphor of war. Even they don't get food at that time of war. So he want to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. We both suffer during the wars. The pain, the suffering, the hunger of the war is equal to us and for other countries also. He is giving all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no difference in us and the people belong to another country. Then here are some pictures and explanation of this stanza. Let's see how beautiful our world is. There is peaceful harvest, sun, fresh air, plentiful clean water, sun, clean air, peace, and all. But see what havoc war, pollution can cause. Here it's an explanation for the first stanza. You can go through this slide. Let's move to the second stanza. Their hands are ours, in their lines we read, a labor no different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. The poet asks the reader to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that people of another country, whom we think to be our enemies, have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them the strength which can win through love. Then their labor is also not different from ours. The hard work is same throughout the world. Then he says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing, that is life. Life means all the things that are living. And if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or war between us. The thing is that we must identify the love in nature. If we can identify that love, there will be no more wars in our world. Then we can move to the stanza 3. Let us remember whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take up arms against each other, it's the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere around. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. The poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. These lines are highly relevant in today's scenario because we can see the communal rights, then many other problems in our society. He says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must suffer the loss. And that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. It is the human earth that we defile. Defile means we are making dirty or we are polluting our earth. We should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty because weapons kill people and their bodies which fall on the earth make it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. During wartime, the sufferings, the starving, we can't imagine what a huge loss it creates. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and it make it impure. The fire of war, which erupts the smoke, which comes out the dust, which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the war. Finally, he ends the poem by writing the first line in reverse and saying that remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. There is an explanation for the third stanza. You can go through this one. Next, we are moving to the themes of the poem. The ill effects of xenophobia. According to the poet, xenophobia or fear of foreigners is the very basis of war. This fear leads us to hate our brothers and endanger the future of the human species on the earth. Next theme is unity of man. The poet goes to great lengths in this poem to show that man is essentially the same everywhere. He experiences the same joys and sorrows and goes through the same trials and tribulations. Now we can move to the literary devices in this poem. The rhyme scheme, the entire poem is written in free verse. Then the literary devices used are alliteration, then metaphor. Now, here the wartime is compared to the winter season. So let's move to our conclusion. In this poem, the poet is mainly focusing on human beings' equality, and the poet wants to say that all men are same and all men are equal. He wants to promote the concept of universal brotherhood. Then all people, all men are same. They eat, they live, they die the same way. Everyone gets the bounties of the nature like sunshine, land, etc. in equal measure. So we can also say that it's a peace poem. He is promoting the peacefulness, how to make our earth a peaceful land. I hope you understand this poem. Thank you.